Good day, Mr. President. This is a letter to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Your Excellency, Mr. President, my name is Funmi Adegbola, and I've spent nearly 20 years as an occupational health and safety and wellbeing practitioner in Nigeria and across Africa, including Europe. In that time, I've seen remarkable things. I've seen workers survive accidents they should not have survived. I've also seen companies change culture because one safety professional cared enough to fight for it. I've seen women build careers in industries that were designed to exclude them. You have set out a bold and necessary vision. And what is that? A $1 trillion economy. A Nigeria that is competitive, investable, and prosperous. And so today, I engage not to challenge that vision, but to ask one question that I believe must be answered before it can be achieved. How do you build a $1 trillion economy on a workforce that has no legal protection at work? And the single most important fact I can place before you today is Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, home to over 200 million people, is yet to enact a consolidated, modern, National Occupational Health and Safety Act that reflects the world we now live and work in. However, what we do have is the Factories Act LFN 2004. And that's a colonial era law written for industrial production lines in a Nigeria that no longer exists. It does not cover office workers, hospital staff, teachers, construction workers, domestic workers, or the 10 of millions in agriculture and the informal economy. The majority of Nigeria's working population has no meaningful statutory protection at work. None. This is not a moral argument alone, though the moral case is overwhelming. The ILO estimates that work-related injuries, illnesses, and fatalities cost economies approximately 4% of GDP annually through lost productivity, medical costs, and reduced labor capacity. So, for Nigeria, that is a potential drag of over $16 billion every year from preventable harm to workers who deserve better and an economy that cannot afford the loss. Foreign direct investment does not flow into legal vacuums. Every serious investor, either in manufacturing, energy, services, or technology, they will all conduct ESG due diligence before committing capital. When they discover Nigeria has no National OSH Act, it is a red flag. Not because they are altruistic, but because regulatory gaps increase operational risk and liability exposure. So a modern OSH framework signals stability and seriousness of purpose. That signal attracts capital. The absence of it repels it. And so the Renewed Hope agenda as well demands for this. Your Excellency's Renewed Hope agenda prioritizes job creation, poverty reduction, improved healthcare, and investment attraction. A National OSH Act sits at the intersection of every one of these. You cannot create quality jobs without safe jobs. You cannot reduce poverty if workers are being injured out of employment. You cannot improve public health if occupational illnesses remain an invisible, unaccounted epidemic. And you cannot attract serious investment without a credible legal framework for protecting the people who will do the work. The Renewed Hope agenda is a vision for a stronger Nigeria. Hope is not a protection strategy. Legislation is. So you'd ask, what is my ask? Very simple. The House of Representatives, Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations have done a fantastic job so far in collaboration with key stakeholders. That's the Ministry of Labour and Employment and other relevant stakeholders. And what I'm asking for today is I'm calling on Senate as well as the House of Rep to urgently pass the proposed Occupational Health and Safety Act 2025. I'm calling also on Mr. Taiwo Oyedele to recognize that the cost of passing this law is a fraction of the economic cost of not passing it. You have said that Nigeria is open for business. A nation that is open for business must also be safe for workers. The two are not tension. They are the same statement made from different angles. The Factories Act 2004 was written for a Nigeria that no longer exists. Therefore, it is time to write a law for the Nigeria you are building. Respectfully, Funmi Adegbola. Thank you, Mr. President.